this video, I'm gonna reveal exactly how to profit off of your sports cards from the 1980s and the 1990s, because a lot of you guys probably have a lot of it. So let's start off with what happened in the 90s. So the sports card market actually collapsed, okay? So the reason it collapsed is because there was mass overproduction. Let me give an example of exactly what I'm talking about. So let's take a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card from 1989. This card was produced hundreds of thousands of times, and there was no variation. So it diluted the value of the card, and they were doing this for every single player. Eventually, the market collapsed. How does a card of Zion Williamson sell for more than a card of Ken Griffey Jr.? Well, the reason is because Zion Williamson, some of the cards are very rare, as Ken Griffey Jr. only has one type of rookie card. So the market collapsed in the 90s. Fast forward to the 2000s, the company started to get a little bit smarter. They started making variety, diversifying, different colors, different patches, different types of autographs, all sorts of stuff, so that same thing wouldn't happen again. So now, you have all these cards from the 80s and 90s, and honestly, the honest answer is most of them are probably not worth much. If I just had a bunch of old crap, I would literally just take pictures of the bins, put them in a Facebook group, sell them, and people will offer you, believe me. Before doing that, please do this, because this might cost you tens of thousands of dollars. You need to look through what you have, okay? Now, what types of cards should you look for? So the way it works with cards in the 80s and 90s is condition is king. You could have a Rickey Henderson rookie card graded a 7 out of 10, and it's worth maybe $50, $60, $30, in that range. However, this card graded a 10 is worth $30, $40, $50,000 plus, okay? So the condition matters a lot. Now, the condition of most of these cards, especially if you just had them out, is not gonna be good. These cards are very flimsy, they're almost like paper, and one little tiny surface thing or corner ding, which is very easy to happen, the card's not gonna grade well, okay? So chances are you probably don't have a 10. However, I would look for any marquee names. The main stuff you're gonna be able to find to sell, the stuff I see people find the most, is stuff from the 90s, specifically basketball and basketball inserts, okay? Basically, these weird looking basketball cards that have different reflections and refractors and colors, and they could sell for a decent amount of money, and all sorts of different types of players. Guys from Michael Jordan, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, Allen Iverson. And specifically, you wanna be looking for basketball rookies in the 90s. These cards sell for a lot of money. You have like Kobe Bryant's Topps rookie card, stuff like that. I've seen people that have cards that are worth $5,000 they didn't even know they had, okay? So that's what we want to be looking for. So the general thing you should be getting from this video is probably the cards you have from the 80s and 90s, especially if it's like baseball, hockey, football, is probably going to be worthless unless you have a star like Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, and the card's in perfect condition and you kept it in immaculate condition. Most people don't. But then you have some money. Or cards from the 90s, any of these marquee names, you know, that you think are good, you know, guys who you've heard of, especially if the card looks just a simple general rule. If the card looks shinier and it looks fancier, higher the chance the card's probably worth money. So you really want to be looking for 90s basketball. That is the stuff you can have that is actually worth something. Now, if you do have something that's worth something that you think is worth a decent amount of money, you could go on eBay, search for what it sells for. You could type in the name of the card. On the bottom left-hand side, you could click recent sales or completed items to see what your card's selling for. And if you do have something that's worth anything, one, you can shoot me a message on Instagram and I'll point you in the right direction. Or two, you want to get the card graded because, for example, a Kobe Bryant Topps Chrome PSA 10 rookie card graded an 8, 100, 200 bucks, graded a 10, multiple thousands of dollars, okay? So you want to be getting this stuff graded, and on top of that, another reason you want to be getting it graded is because a lot of these cards that are older are faked, okay? They're not real. People fabricate them, make them look real, sell them for what they're actually worth, and basically try to scam people. So getting a card graded, one thing the grading company does is it authenticates the card. So it shows that the card is actually real. So that's the stuff you want to be looking for. Look out for 90s basketball stuff. Some of it could be worth boatloads of money, more than you can imagine. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you found some value from it. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'm always answering the comments, or I try to as much as possible. I'll see you in the next video.